Before we start, quick favor. If you enjoy content that helps you think smarter about money, freedom, and life, hit like, share this with someone who needs it, and subscribe so you don't miss future videos. It helps the channel more than you think. Alright, let's get into it. Most people think wealth is complicated, secret strategies, hidden knowledge, genius-level math. It's not. Wealth is simple, but simple doesn't mean easy. And today, I want to walk you through 40 lessons that quietly separate people who struggle with money from people who build real freedom. No hype, no shortcuts, just principles that actually work. Lesson 1. Focus beats diversification at the start. Everyone loves saying, don't put all your eggs in one basket. That advice sounds wise, but early on, it's dangerous. Most successful people didn't win by doing 10 things halfway. They won by doing one thing obsessively well. Focus builds momentum. Momentum builds results. Diversification comes later after something works. Think of focus as a magnifying glass. Spread the light, nothing happens. Concentrate it, things burn. Lesson 2. Financial freedom comes before wealth. Freedom doesn't require millions. It requires enough. If your basic expenses are covered without trading hours for money, you've already won the first game. That freedom buys time. Time buys clarity. Clarity creates opportunity. Wealth is a mountain. Freedom is a hill. Start with the hill. Lesson 3. Wealth grows from assets, not effort. Working harder increases income. Owning assets increases freedom. Assets are things that pay you when you stop working. Build them slowly, deliberately, and repeatedly. Over time, they stack quietly until one day, they speak louder than your paycheck. Lesson 4. Expand income before strangling joy. Cutting expenses has limits. Growth doesn't. Instead of constantly asking, how do I spend less? Start asking, how do I earn more without burning out? Passion dies when life becomes nothing but restriction. Lesson 5. Think beyond survival goals. Most people aim for comfortable. Comfortable rarely builds anything extraordinary. What you allow yourself to imagine quietly shapes the decisions you make every day. Bigger thinking doesn't guarantee success, but small thinking guarantees stagnation. Lesson 6. Know the value of your hour. If you spend hours hunting for tiny savings, you're quietly pricing your time far too low. Wealthy people don't obsess over discounts or coupons. They focus on leverage. Instead of asking how to save cents, ask how to make your hour worth thousands. Lesson 7. Money is stored life energy. Money isn't just paper or numbers on a screen. It represents hours of your life already spent. When you waste money, you waste past effort. When you spend intentionally, you respect your time, your energy, and the sacrifices you made to earn it. Lesson 8. Preserve wealth, not just create it. Making money is one skill. Keeping it is another. Many people learn how to earn but never learn how to protect. True wealth isn't about chasing excitement or trends. It's about preservation, balance, and building systems that survive bad decisions and bad years. Lesson 9. Income follows impact. Money flows toward value. The more people you help solve a real problem, the more valuable your work becomes. Income doesn't reward effort alone. It rewards usefulness multiplied by scale. Increase your impact and income will eventually follow. Lesson 10. One skill can change everything. Talent without visibility often stays broke. Skill alone isn't enough if no one knows about it. When you combine skill with communication, sales, or persuasion, leverage appears. Often, the missing piece isn't intelligence. It's the ability to present value clearly. Lesson 11. Don't postpone life. Waiting until retirement to enjoy freedom is a dangerous gamble. Time and energy are assets that decline every year. Wealth means little if you're too tired or unhealthy to enjoy it. Build freedom while you still have the strength to live fully, not just later. Lesson 12. Luck favors action. Luck rarely appears by accident. What looks like good fortune is often the result of repeated effort and exposure. The person who takes more shots creates more opportunities to win. Action multiplies probability, and probability creates what people call luck. Lesson 13. Your brain mislabels money. Your mind treats the same money differently depending on where it comes from. A bonus feels easier to spend than savings, even though both are equal. This mental labeling quietly drains wealth. Recognizing it helps you make smarter, more intentional decisions. Lesson 14. Spend boldly on what matters. Trying to cut every expense kills motivation. Instead, spend freely on what genuinely improves your life and cut costs aggressively on what doesn't. Money should support your values, not restrict them. Conscious spending creates both happiness and long-term progress. Lesson 15. Become the person your goals require. Higher income doesn't change who you are. You must change first. think, act, and decide like the person who already earns more. Your habits shape your identity, and identity drives results. Transformation always comes before achievement. Lesson 16. Expect most bets to fail. In investing and business, losing is normal. Most ideas won't work, and that's not a flaw, it's the process. A few strong winners usually carry the results of many weak attempts. Success comes from staying in the game long enough for those winners to appear. Lesson 17. Action beats affirmation. Learning feels productive, but it's only preparation. Real growth begins when learning turns into action. Books, videos, and affirmations don't change your life by themselves. Progress comes from testing ideas, making mistakes, adjusting, and repeating until results follow. Lesson 18. Define enough. Wanting more without limits is dangerous. When you never decide what enough means, satisfaction stays out of reach. Wealth should create peace and freedom, not endless pressure. Knowing your personal finish line protects you from sacrificing everything for nothing. Lesson 19. Time beats amount. Starting early matters more than starting big. Small, consistent efforts given enough time can outperform larger efforts started late. Time allows growth to compound quietly. The earlier you begin, the less force you need. Patience becomes a powerful advantage. Lesson 20. Use leverage wisely. If income depends only on your time, growth is capped. Leverage removes that ceiling. Using people, capital, or scalable products allows results to grow without adding more hours. Build systems that work while you rest, so effort isn't always required. Lesson 21. Clarity beats motivation. Motivation comes and goes, but clarity sticks. When goals are vague, actions become random and results stay weak. Clear goals act like a GPS for your life. The more specific you are about what you want, the easier it becomes to make the right decisions daily. Lesson 22. Build assets quietly. Real wealth is built behind the scenes. Instead of upgrading your lifestyle with every paycheck, focus on building assets that generate income. When assets pay for luxuries, not your job, you gain stability, freedom, and the ability to enjoy life without stress. Lesson 23. Wells beat water tanks. A lump sum feels powerful, but it eventually runs out. An income stream like a well keeps flowing. True wealth isn't about having a big pile of cash. It's about building systems that consistently refill your financial reserves no matter what happens. Lesson 24. Spend without guilt by investing alongside. Enjoying money doesn't mean sabotaging your future. When you pair spending with investing, you remove guilt and build balance. You reward your present self while protecting your future self. This habit forces smarter decisions and slows down impulsive spending. Lesson 25. Focus on earning power. Cutting expenses can help, but it has limits. You can only cut so much before life feels small. Income, however, has no ceiling. Focus on skills, leverage, and opportunities that increase what you earn. Growing income changes everything faster than cutting costs. Lesson 26. Wealth is invisible. True wealth is rarely flashy. Luxury cars, designer clothes, and expensive gadgets often hide debt, not freedom. Real wealth lives quietly in savings, investments, and options. It's the ability to buy things without stress, not the need to prove anything. Lesson 27. Automate discipline. Willpower is unreliable. Systems are not. When saving, investing, and bills are automated, good decisions happen without effort. You don't need motivation every month. You need a system that works even when you're tired, busy, or distracted. Lesson 28. Pay yourself first. Before paying anyone else, pay yourself. Saving first forces your lifestyle to adapt to what remains. Even a small amount builds the habit. Over time, those saved dollars become workers for you, quietly creating more freedom and future security. Lesson 29. Choose saving or investing based on math, not emotion. Decisions about money should be guided by numbers, not fear or excitement. Compare how much you can save versus what your investments can realistically return. Let the math decide your focus. Emotions change, numbers stay honest. Lesson 30. Entrepreneurship multiplies options. A job gives you one client. Entrepreneurship gives you many. When income comes from multiple sources, risk decreases and control increases. Entrepreneurs build value, create opportunities, and gain flexibility that a single paycheck can never provide. Lesson 31. Build an emergency buffer. An emergency fund isn't about returns, it's about relief. It buys you calm when life gets loud. When problems appear, you don't panic or make bad decisions. Peace of mind compounds just like money, and it lets you think clearly instead of reacting out of fear. Lesson 32. be cautious with experts. Not all advice is neutral. Many so-called experts are paid to sell, not to protect you. Always ask one simple question: who benefits if I follow this advice? The best opportunities rarely need aggressive marketing or glossy brochures to convince you. Lesson 33. Fees quietly destroy wealth. Fees feel harmless because they look small, but over time they eat massive portions of your returns. A 1% difference can cost you years of progress. Compounding works both ways. What you lose quietly hurts more than what you gain loudly. Lesson 34. Presentation influences perception. People judge before they understand. How you present yourself affects confidence, trust, and opportunity. This isn't about vanity, it's about signaling value. Good packaging doesn't change who you are, but it changes how quickly others take you seriously. Lesson 35. Find your hidden leaks. Wealth rarely disappears in big dramatic moments. It leaks through small habits repeated daily. Subscriptions you forgot, conveniences you justify, routines you don't question. Tiny expenses feel invisible, but over time they quietly shape your financial future. Lesson 36. Saving rates should match life seasons. Saving isn't a fixed rule. Your life changes, so your saving rate should too. Some seasons allow you to save a lot, others only a little. What matters is consistency, not perfection. Adapt without guilt and keep moving forward. Lesson 37. Kill bad debt aggressively. Bad debt quietly steals your future. Interest compounds against you, draining cash flow and peace of mind. Attack small debts first to build momentum, then roll that progress forward. Every balance you eliminate increases confidence, control, and financial breathing room. Lesson 38. Failure is tuition. Failure isn't proof you can't succeed, it's proof you're learning. Every setback teaches what doesn't work and sharpens what might. Quitting early guarantees loss, but persistence turns mistakes into data and experience into long-term advantage. Lesson 39. Work that feels like play is the ultimate retirement. True freedom isn't stopping work. It's doing work so engaging you forget the clock. When your work feels like play, income becomes a side effect of passion. That's real retirement. Choosing what you do every day, not escaping it. Lesson 40. Excellence attracts opportunity. Average people wait for luck. Exceptional people create it. When you become great at what you do, opportunities start looking for you. Skill builds leverage, leverage builds visibility, and visibility pulls in chances others never even see. Here's the truth. Wealth isn't about money. It's about choices made consistently, long before results show up. If even one lesson from this video shifts how you think, it was worth it. If this helped you, like the video, share it with someone who needs clarity, and subscribe because we're just getting started. Your future self is quietly watching what you do next. Choose wisely.